Welcome to the world of Extreme E, the all-electric off-roading championship, travelling to some of the world's most remote and epic locations to highlight the effects of climate change in the most radical racing series ever created. But before we start the adventure, we're counting down the very best moments so far to show you what we've been up to in our first year. Starting with number 10. And it was right back to where it all started, on a January morning in 2019, when the world was first introduced to Extreme E and the St Helena.
The St Elena is a very special ship. St Elena was a ship that was connecting the island of St Elena to the rest of the world. The only way to get to that island in the South Atlantic was with the St Helena, with the ship. We were able to buy the ship, to dedicate the ship to be the base for Extreme E. And we're going to refit the ship completely. We're going to make the ship greener. We're going to reduce the carbon footprint of the ship. This will be like a moving racing station and at the same time a scientific base. It's a bit ambitious to say that now, but we hope St Helena will become the new Calypso, the iconic boat of the great Jacques Cousteau. That's what we want for St Helena.
Guests from all corners of motorsport boarded the ship on the River Thames to watch Alejandro's announcement.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the St Helena. Welcome to what I think will be the biggest adventure of our time. My hope is that we can make this ship the base for a huge adventure to showcase the huge challenges that our planet faces. And we're going to do it the way we know, which is with a race. And I think this is really the next step, the next frontier for electric racing. We did with Formula E 5 years ago. I think something that is really pushing electric cars, promoting electric cars. I think with this one, we're not only going to promote electric cars, but we're going to highlight those huge challenges that we have in the planet.
Well, I've never been at a launch of anything on a ship before. I think it shows a massive commitment to bring the ship into the Thames to launch Extreme E.
Motorsports, it's quite interesting to have something so new for us.
I think this is going to be the most extreme form of motorsports. You know, if you look at other extreme races, you know, the Dakar, or if you look at rallying in various territories around the globe, but what is going to be actually brought together with Extreme E and this ship that's going to travel around to all of these amazing territories around the globe is it's going to take you to all corners of the globe. It's going to take you to the desert, it's going to take you to the rainforest. You know, nothing else is going to have that background, which I believe will be one of the major talking points of the future.
June 2019 was a busy month for Extreme E, as the car was built from scratch by Spark Racing Technology.
So here we are in the Spark workshop, starting the assembly of the first prototype of Extreme E.
So within the next months, we are going to finalize the design of the car, which is really well underway now.
Each tubes which are used to produce the car are reinforced using niobium. This makes the steel stronger.
Well, it's difficult to know what we expect. I mean, I would say I'm concerned about safety. Normally, off-road car are not 550 horsepower. That's the point. I mean, this car will be a monster.
Building the car starts with the design of the car on the computer. The scan enables us to see the difference between the computer design and the real life, the real chassis.
We start to do the assembly of all bodyworks, reinforcement panel, all the internals, which are also coming every day, so it's a very tight schedule. The pressure is ramping up slowly, but it's all very exciting.
Whilst the car was being put together in France, Williams Advanced Engineering were working on the battery in England.
When I first got the Extreme E project on my desk, I was just like, we've got no data. We don't know what the tracks are going to be like. It's extremes of temperatures, it's extremes of pressures, it's extremes of locations, and I just thought that this is really going to challenge the engineering teams. Nothing on this scale has ever been attempted before. This is my biggest challenge within Williams, without a shadow of a doubt.
Extreme E has allowed us to make some big steps in how we're pushing technology for lithium-ion battery cells. The minus 30 to plus 40 degree temperature, the up to 100% humidity, the 45G shock loading and crash case that we're designing. So the battery will be located in the rear of the vehicle on a specific subframe, and it's mounted from the underside of the car. It weighs 400 kilos and has a rated capacity of 50 kilowatt hours. So to put that into perspective, the stored energy in this device could keep 2,600 phones charged for a week.
And once the battery was completed, it was over to Continental Tires in Germany.
So first thing will be the profile. The portfolio team, they are going to sketch it for us. And then when we have all the sketch as we wanted, we will order the mold. Even the vehicle is not ready, so we are developing the tires parallelly to the vehicle, so we have to be in constant contact with the vehicle makers as well. Now we have got the first 3D print from the mold of the Extreme E tire. And this is exactly the tread width will look like. And the outside diameter is about 932 millimeter, which is about 37 inches, and the width is 20.5 inches. The first prototype, it weighs around 25 kgs, which is one of the lightest in this dimension.
To build a car that can go in any terrain, over rocks, in sand, in any condition, any temperature, plus 40 to minus 20, a car that can, do the whole season without, basically breaking or disintegrating. It's a huge challenge. Hopefully they'll make it right.
And we'll see how the car comes together later on, but up next, it's number 8. Extreme E will visit some of the most spectacular landscapes across the world. And in August, the team visited Brazil to find a race location and to learn about the deforestation issues facing the Amazon.
We use these satellite images every month and report to the entire society in Brazil what is the rhythm of deforestation. Unfortunately, we pick up a very high trend in deforestation in July, and when we look at the 12 months that comprises the deforestation season, it shows an increase in 50% in deforestation. So we are in a new trend of increasing deforestation. That's not a good sign for us.
As widely reported, forest fires burned across the Amazon for much of the summer. And Extreme E joined up with our Amazon specialist to discuss the problems facing the area.
The Amazon region is definitely a place that needs attention from people all over the world. The forest loss is one of the big challenges that we have at the moment in our planet. The Amazon is at the center of this challenge. We have the problems, but also we have lots of people working in different areas. Everywhere you go in the Amazon, there are initiatives trying to change this situation. We just have to scale up all these different solutions that are in place now. The important thing is to raise awareness to people that will never have a chance to come to the Amazon. The Brazilians, they love motorsports also. We have Ayrton Senna, everybody knows Ayrton Senna. Of course, here is a different approach of motor racing, but at the same time, it brings something that is new and something that is related to what I think is the future. This initiative is going to provide a way for these people to help, even if they cannot come in their lifetime in the Amazon region. Any effort, it's important. Everyone can do something. This is the big thing that make me consider to be here and support and to give all the technical advice that I can to help with this initiative.
And we'll see how Francisco's effort forms part of the legacy program later on. But up next, it's time to go back to Europe for a very special event.
Welcome to the greatest celebration of motorsport in the world, a magnet for all things automotive, held here within the grounds of the magnificent Goodwood House.
This is the Goodwood Festival of Speed.
It's a mad place. For race fans, it's kind of like a life-size toy box, and one that everyone should kind of sample at some point in their life, because it's just full of mad cars and mad machines.
Goodwood is a great event for car lovers. Until now, mostly for combustion car lovers. So it's a pretty aggressive move to showcase the first time the Extreme car at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. But at the same time, I think it's great, because you put this car in front of so many people who know so much and love so much about cars.
With the car built, Goodwood was the perfect opportunity to reveal the Odyssey 21.
Welcome everyone to this incredible day. We present finally the car. We have a big challenge with climate change, with ocean pollution, and this championship wants to have a purpose, which is to raise awareness about all these challenges in those remote corners of the planet.
This is an early prototype, but I think this is a very exciting day. It's one of those days where you have a thought, you have a dream, and here we are, the beginning of what has already been quite a long journey. This is the first public run of the Extreme car.
Theo Gozin is with me in the commentary box, who is the technical director at Spark that have put this car together.
So today we see our first Extreme prototype. It's equipped with 400 kilowatts, 1,000 Newton meters of torque. Pretty huge.
1,000 Newton meters of torque this will produce, and this is going to be launching in 2021 Extreme E. Gilles de Ferran is making his way up to the top of the hill to complete its run. The first time that that's ever been seen. It was revealed earlier on here at Goodwood. There goes Extreme E, hashtag race for the planet.
In a small town at the edge of the world, the team joined up with the head of the Extreme E Scientific Committee.
Well, we're here in Kangerlussuaq Fjord. It leads up from the sea, from Baffin Bay, deep into the mountains and ends under the ice cap. As you can see, this time of year, it's a beautiful fjord. A lot of the year, it's frozen. The wonderful thing about this operation is that you couple the racing with an opportunity to do research on climate change effects as you go along and when you're in your destination.
While scouting for race locations, Peter was on hand to discuss the implications of the changing climate.
The Greenland ice sheet has been around for several million years. Since the last ice age, it's been retreating, but the rate of retreat has really accelerated. The ice is running off as water and increasing the rate of global sea level rise by a very large factor. Sea level rise is worldwide. Everybody's getting the sea level rise, and some people can afford to deal with it, but others can't afford to do so, like Bangladesh, where about 20 million people live close to sea level. We need to do the most that we can to reduce our emissions, and of course switching to renewable energy and things like electric cars is a way of reducing our emissions while we also try and find ways to get rid of the carbon dioxide.
Extreme E, an all-new off-roading rally series aiming to raise awareness of climate change issues around the world.
Bespoke racing track in endangered parts of the world that will be affected by climate change or extreme weather. This is good because it will showcase to people that those environments are changing very fast. Electric cars are part of the solution.
Now it's time to continue the countdown of the best moments of Extreme E so far. And we're going straight back in with number 5.
From the beginning, it just didn't feel natural to me. I simply couldn't see myself doing that sport. It was a man's world. It took me a while to be accepted by the other guys, that I had a talent, and I couldn't give up.
In April 2020, the Equality Commitment was announced, promoting fairness and a level playing field to all drivers involved.
So motorsport is one of the very few sports where men and women compete against each other or can do that on equal terms. And now with Extreme E and the Equality Program, we will for the first time in history have a racing series that is 50% women and 50% men. I mean, a lot of people say that, yeah, but the fastest driver should get the seat anyway. But if you look at the world champions out there, they weren't the fastest drivers from the beginning. They got the chance to develop, to be in a good team, to learn, And this creates a platform for female drivers to develop and become the fastest drivers in the world.
Around the world, women are changing the pace of racing. Because when we get the right support, we can also win.
In combination with the already impressive drivers program, this announcement sets the stage for the world's best drivers to battle it out as equals. Deep in the deserts of Saudi Arabia was the location for the first official desert test. And a Dakar specialist was enrolled to push the limits.
My name is Greenland. I've been driving 10 times the Dakar Rally. I'm here to test the Extreme E car. I've been driving a lot of this kind of stuff in the middle of the desert, but never with something like this. You can always design the best cars, you know, but design the best cars is only the computers. And what's happened in the real life, so especially on this kind of condition, everything can go wrong. The chassis can break everywhere. The wheels can fly in the air. Everything can happen. I've been trying everything, try to go on the rock, on the sand and everything. Try to push the car to the limit, to see where is the limit. To be honest, I'm pushing as much as I can.
Over the course of a week, Ghislaine truly put the car through its paces.
The experience with the electric car, with the amount of torque we have to four-wheel drive, is just super efficient. What the car can really do, it's really amazing. You can climb some rocks, some dunes, which petrol cars can't do it. It's not possible. We had a really amazing days, a lot of runs with any issue.
We have been testing here for a few days now, here with Gerland Chicheri. We were driving so fast, and I said, Gerland, is this how you drive over rocks, on the dunes? I was getting exhausted, my neck was getting exhausted. He said, yes, this is like we drive in Dakar. I think the more extreme the testing we do, the better, because these cars are going to go through a lot. For us, I think getting this profile of drivers with so much experience on off-road is key for the success of the Extreme E project. These E-SUVs, electric SUVs, are the most radical extreme SUV in the planet.
So far, we've visited the depths of the Amazon and the vast expanse of the Greenland ice shelf. These locations will build into the Legacy program, revealed in April 2020.
We will race on destroyed locations that then we will try to fix, or we will try to make a contribution to the local communities on and around those locations. We're going to leave a legacy behind. We're going to work with the local community, with the local authorities, to work on projects that will help the local communities here.
Guided by the UN Sport for Climate Action Guidelines, 4 leading scientists will offer their insight and expertise, tackling a key climate issue in each race location.
Something that's integral will be that we have legacy projects in place. So that'll be both social and environmental. We want to involve as many of the local community as possible. So that's schools or local organisations. We're looking at long-term renewable energy solutions, solar power, wind power, and then on the environmental side, NGOs that are working to counteract the effects of climate change environment.
And the Legacy programme sprung into action in late 2019 with a visit to the first race location in Senegal.
Today we are here in the coast of Senegal, near Dakar. We just did a beach cleanup with the kids from a local school, and it was an incredible experience. See all these kids so excited, picking up all the garbage, all the plastic that sadly is coming to this incredibly beautiful beach. But it's a problem on the oceans all over the world, this plastic pollution. But today at least we could do a little bit about it. Maybe a small drop in the ocean, but it's only the beginning of many things that we want to do on the context of the Extreme E Legacy program.
Just like here in Senegal, the Legacy program aims to leave a lasting difference and a positive impact on the local community. In October 2019, the car was handed over to the World Rallycross champions.
Hey bro. What's up?
Good. How are you?
Fine. Excited for, whatever is going on?
Whatever going on, I want to find out.
Got the car. And
Got a car?
we've got...
Ah, okay.
Wow.
Let's get to it.
Yeah,
Come on.
Let's go. My brother and I have always been competitive, but now it's time to see who has the electric edge. Who would be quicker? First time ever driving this thing for me. 3. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. 2. Let's go. 1. Go! Not bad for my first electric car drive. Let's see what you got, Kevin. 3, 2, 1, go!
What a competition that was.
Yeah. How was your lap?
It was all right. I don't want to say it's too good, because if I'm not faster, then I need to blame something.
I think my lap was good, but also we've driven really little, and I'm afraid I underdid the hairpin down there, the really sharp one. I came in too slow and I got understeer on the exit like
I had the same understeer exit, and then it was dusty and the sun came in my eyes. I was like,
Don't blame the sun.
Now I see if Tim is faster, that's a problem.
So I have your time here.
And I have your time here, actually. What's the first number? I have a 5 for you there.
50, yeah.
Yeah, and then I have a 2.
3.
No!
Yes, that makes that one faster. 53, 59.
No, it's 97.
Yes.
Long trip home.
This is the best when I beat you. Like, all through our lives, this feeling like, yeah.
My career has led to this moment.
While the Hanson brothers argue it out, it's time to reveal the number 1 position. Our number 1 best moment of Extreme E so far takes us to the heart of the desert to take part in the world-famous Dakar Rally. And one man was tasked with the mission of driving the car.
Hi there, I am Ken Block, and I am here in Saudi Arabia, and I am about to drive this, the Extreme E Odyssey 21 race car, fully electric, all-wheel drive, and it's going to be my first time driving this vehicle, and it's my first time ever driving an electric race vehicle in the last stage of the Dakar Rally.
Petrol power has dominated this event for years. So how would the Odyssey 21 get on?
I drove it fairly clean through the corners, and once I got the car straight, just really hammered on it and used the torque and horsepower to get down the stage just as quick as I possibly could. Third overall, that's an amazing showing for this brand new car in an event that I've never done before, on a road I've never seen before, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yes, Ken Block placing third overall in the final stage of the Dakar Rally. Well and truly deserves the #1 best moment. That was your top 10 moments of Extreme E so far. But the series hasn't even begun yet, and 2021 promises to be an incredible year with even more great moments. 5 all-electric races in the most remote corners of planet Earth. The Electric Odyssey starts now.